Alright, you guys heard everything going already. I've got some olive oil in here. I have roughly a large onion diced up here. I have 2 celery stalks that I just quickly diced up. I have half of a green bell pepper, and I have 15 garlic cloves, which I just smashed. Now, I'm not going to put any salt in here just yet because I'm using a Lipton onion soup, and it can be a little bit salty. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to let that saute a little bit. Go ahead and mix it in probably now. I know my Dutch oven looks worn and tattered, but I use it a lot. I love the Dutch oven for lots of things. So like I said, we may add some thyme in here. We may add a little bit of kosher salt. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to take my time and just kind of feel this out and see where it's going. You know what? I think I am going to put some thyme. As I smell those onions coming up, I do want to add a little thyme. Just a little bit of thyme. So you guys can add about a teaspoon of thyme to your recipe. Or you don't have to put it in there at all. It's up to you. Alright, we will be right back. Okay, really quickly, what we have here is about a cup of ketchup. We have 1 can of Goya kidney beans. That's my brand of choice. I have 12 ounces of tomato paste. I have about 28 ounces of diced tomato from a can. In here I have about 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 packs of Lipton onion soup, a little over 3 pounds here of ground beef. You can use chuck, sirloin, whichever you want. I have some cooking stock, beef stock. It has a lot less salt in it than the broth, so they say. And also in this little container here is my little spice blend that I use. And I'm going to tell you what's in here really quickly. What's in here? You have 1 tablespoon of onion powder. You have 1 tablespoon of roasted ground cumin. You have 2 tablespoons of dry oregano. You have 1 tablespoon of cilantro. And you also have 1 tablespoon of ancho chili pepper ground. You also have 4 tablespoons of good smoked paprika. I use McCormick. Spice Island makes a good one. Dahlia also makes, to me, the best. I already got our vegetables starting to go on. I've showed you guys what I was doing with that. So let's go ahead. Okay, everyone, our onions are starting to get nice and givey-uppy of the yumminess. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my ground beef. Now, I know a lot of you don't like the extra grease that comes off of the ground beef, but I hate to say it, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like this, but that is flavor. So we will get some of it out of here using a ladle, but we won't get it all out of here because it's flavor. It's not good for you, but it's flavor. But we will get some out. Alright, let's brown this out. As this is browning or getting ready to start to brown, I'm going to go ahead and put in our 2 packages of Lipton onion soup. And then also going to put in our little bit of brown sugar. This is that entire packet, not packet, this is that entire like rundown that I gave you guys earlier of spices or dried, crushed, ground seasonings. Okay, so now let's go ahead and also put in the tomato paste. I'm talking 1 pot meal. Everything just goes in. It's chili. It's supposed to cook low, slow, and do its thing. Right? Then we're going to go in with our ketchup. My daughter has a brand new cat. Her name is Cookie. And she's even more crazier than the other 2 cats I had. And then we're going to go in with the 28 ounces of the diced tomato. Alright, I'm going to mix this stuff up and I'll be back. Alright, y'all, so everything's kind of mixed in together. Our meat is still raw, but it's going to be delicious. We're going to drain off as much grease as we possibly can. I like to keep some of that grease in there, though. I must be honest with y'all, because I do know that fat is flavor. We don't want a ton of grease, but we'll skim some off in the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and get 26 ounces of beef stock in there. Stock is made with bones, whereas broth is made with like chicken or beef meat and the bones and everything. They also put what's called mirepoix in stock and in broth, and that's basically 50% onions, 25% carrots, 25% celery is what mirepoix is. So I'm going to get all this in here, and then I'm going to mix it up some more just to kind of break it down a little bit more, and then I'll be back with you guys. Okay. Okay, I put in all the beef stock, and I also did add the other half of the other box. This pot's really full. I should have actually used a bigger pot. But either way, we have everything in there now. I am going to cover this up in a quick second and just let it go, and I'm going to keep that rest of that beef stock on hand just in case, you know, some of this stuff cooks down. At this point, if you guys want to put a packet of like chili seasoning or whatever, you can. I've tasted mine, even though it's pretty much still raw, but you'd have to know me to understand. I'm a raw meat eating kind of person, but you just have to know me. Either way, it's probably going to need some salt, so you'll add salt based on how you want to do it. And if you want to add a chili packet just to intensify the flavor, or a taco seasoning packet, go right ahead. You can't do anything but just make the chili better. So we're going to let this come up to a boil, then I'm going to cover it up, and then I'm going to bring it down, and we're going to let it continue to cook till it's ready. When it's almost done, we'll add the beans. Alright. Okay, y'all, so this is how our chili is looking. I have skimmed off at least a cup and a half of the excess grease that was on there. And what I'll do for the last little bit is I'll take a paper towel and lay it on top, which I showed you guys how to do in a couple of videos back. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put in that 1 can of beans, and then I'm going to just let it go a little bit more longer. It's a little bit slower. The reason why it took so long to put my beans in, because I don't like my beans to cook away to nothing. But if you want to put 2 cans in, put 2 cans in. It's kind of up to you, you know, what you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead and let that keep going on low for a little while longer. Then I'm going to skim a little bit more of the grease off, but I'm going to leave some of it in there because, like I said, fat is flavor. But it's not good, you know, for you to have too much. So, alright, so I'm going to let that cook a little bit more. And then you want to taste it and adjust your seasoning. If you feel you need a little more sugar, a little more ketchup, put it in there. If you feel you need a little more chili flavor, chili powder, put that in there. Whatever it is that you need. All right. Okay, so it's time to plate this up. Got my chili over here with my beans and everything. I cooked off some white rice just to have on the bottom of that. Now I'm going to ladle this chili over my rice. Okay, there we go. Now I am going to wipe up my bowl, clean up any little excess little whatever's going on. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of onion and put on top because I like onions on top of mine. Then I'm going to take cheese because I love cheese on top of my chili. Alright, then I had extra cheese, but I don't think I'm going to need all that. A nice dollop of sour cream. And then here, let me get rid of this out of the way. I have got some cilantro leaves that we'll just put around it like that. Now, that is that. When I cooked mine, I didn't put black pepper in it, but if you guys want to put black pepper in yours, by all means, it's your chili. Go right ahead and do that. But I'm all done, and I want to thank you guys once again for joining me. And this was also a dish inspired by Kylieboobear704. Thank you so much for posting that chili, because when I saw that chili and I was really, really cold this morning, I was like, well, actually, when I saw the video again. But anyway, when I saw it, I was like, I just got to make some chili today. Alright, guys. Have a great day. Thank you for joining me.